Beware of Dashi Karega. Dashi Karega is one of the trashiest content creators in the recent years. Kinda hot too. But we find out Dasha isn't a female.
Huh?
Ew! That's a dude? Okay, I could tell that's definitely a dude.
What the what the Sigma?
This girl's
Goated
real
editor.
name is actually Maxim Matveyev. Wait, hold on a second. That's actually a name for dudes, in it? Yeah, that's right, because she used to be a guy. What? But before Max became Dasha,
10 out of 10 is crazy, right? Dude, this guy is...
he was bullied a lot. Even by his
Ew!
parents.
Why you bullying me?
People took advantage of him left and right. It wasn't easy for Max. Kinda sad, not gonna lie. But then you find out that he faked his own parents' car crash incident and then cried about it for donations on the stream.
Low-key, Warlord, you'd hit. Don't lie, bruh. Don't lie.
Wow, that's messed up actually. It looks like we have another very interesting persona here. So how exactly did Max go from this, whatever that is, to that? How did he get popular?
Okay.
How did people take advantage of him and completely destroy his mental health? But most importantly, how can I fix him?
Hello?
Hello, Master Ugwe.
Who the hell is this?
I'm your student, Master Ugwe, and I'm seeking for wisdom.
Ah, what is it, my student?
So I came across this hottie that I wanna smash. But there's a problem. She has a P.
Well, my
What?
student, if she is thick, you shall give it a try. Even if she is a guy.
Oh goodness, Master, you're so wise.
Ew!
Wise. I wish I could suck your
Okay, let me take back. Let me just hold on, Pepe Zilla. You're in Russia, and you're saying, okay, Putin, send the meteor, please.
Fantastico! So now before I can invite my future wifey on a date, I must find out everything about her. So my chances of smashing are 100%. The lore begins in a little village called Katovsk near city called Tambov. The year is 2001. And on the 18th of January, Matveyev family is blessed with Maxim. He was a good kid, not a big troublemaker, always
Alright, you're apart, right?
quiet in the school. Regular
I'm
kid.
glad I wasn't
Doesn't
born in the
soon
same
change
year.
As his parents found a big interest in a bottle of vodka. That soon became an obsession, and it all goes downhill from there. Max becomes a victim of abusive household. And somewhere at this time, Max was either curious as he was a teenager, or he just enjoyed dressing up as a girl. He would take his sister's clothes and try them on. His parents didn't really give this much attention.
Okay, chat, I gotta say, I gotta say this, hold on. I feel like I have a good tranny detector. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I can detect it pretty good. Like, I have this friend, bless his heart, his name's Ron. Dude, one time, I have a video of him on Snapchat saying that he kissed the dude. He met this lady on a dating app, right? They hit it off the first time, they kissed, right? So, and he's telling me all about her. Oh yeah, she's so bad, and I was just like, yeah, nice. I couldn't really tell by the pictures. So he brought her to his house with his family. He has two brothers, one little brother, one older brother. Then he's got three sisters, and then he's got his mom and whoever his mom's dating, his stepdad, I guess. And they all knew something was up. Even the baby, the baby that's like 3 years old. 3 or 2 years old at the time, knows something is up, right? And eventually, after an hour of like them hanging out, and he's like, yeah, this is my girl, XYZ. His mom pulls him to the side and is like, Ron, you know that's a dude, right? And he freaked out. He told me, like, he kicked her out, and it just didn't end well. It wasn't a good night for you know,
mention or were too busy with their
Bro.
alcoholic hobbies, and nobody spoke to Max to help him with finding himself. Fun fact, Max says he wasn't into boys, however. He was still after girls. I'm not here to say it's not true. Who am I? I don't know nothing. But hear this, he would not only dress up as a girl, he would also start leaving his house with makeup on, painted nails, and even wigs. And yes, he wore this to school as well. You living in US, Britain, or Germany, if this person would come to your school, you'd be like, okay, weird, but whatever, not my business. This is Russia, and I'm not talking about Moscow, which is kind of progressive. We're talking about a raw Russian village where people are—
That's what I'm saying. It's Russia. Shouldn't they have sent the meteor?
very conservative, and stunts like these are taken as mental disorders. Disclaimer, this was like 2015ish and was a village, so I'm not saying whole Russia is like this. I'm talking about these village— alright, you get it, let's move on. And as you guessed, everyone made fun of him. This is when parents got notified about his weird behavior, and since Katovsk is a small town where everyone knows each other, parents didn't really want it to
It's
be
crazy.
known as those with weird homo kid. They told him to shut this thing down and don't embarrass them. But Max was defending himself by claiming he's just taking a piss and he's just trolling. He might have fooled some people, but as time went by, it was pretty clear that it was not really a joke. He was getting bullied on a daily basis, and when he got home, he got screamed at from his parents as well. Well, somehow he made it through.
I will say this, it does seem more common in schools today, no? It seems more common for kids to act like this nowadays, right? I would do it. I don't know what I would do if my kid came home and was just like, Dad, I think I'm the opposite.
9 years of
I don't
school
have
and
Apex
realized
installed,
that
man.
there is no way he's going to army, as he was dressing up as a girl for the last 4 years. Just imagine
That's
what would
crazy,
happen to him
Chris from
there.
Mr. Beast.
That would be messed up. Max decides to follow his brother Roman to the city called Tambov and becomes his roommate. Little he knew that brother would become the reason why he became so famous in the first place. But more on that later. After he moved to his brother's flat, he decided to continue student as a rail wasteman. Wow, I was a tongue twister. What the hell? If you remember, around 2017, BTS was super popular and Max was the biggest fan. And he felt like it's his duty to create a BTS fan page on TikTok.
What? A controversial take. I'll say it. Warlord, you seem like the guy that would listen to K-pop. Are you the type to listen to K-pop? I can't stand K-pop. I ain't do it. It just is like, ah! That's how I feel listening to it. How do people... How?
Named it Kareika, which means Korean. That's why his name is Dasha Kareika. Makes sense. And this whole fun page was full of these questionable, I don't know what to call this, dances?
Всем привет! Я похожа на Билли Айлиш. Я похожа на Билли Айлиш? Привет, девочки!
What?
Никогда не давайте второго шанса. Пусть ценят нас с первого. Всем привет! Я Даша, я Корейка. И я решила первый раз
You guys remember Fred? That's who he looks like.
Это мой первый раз. Итак, как же нам этим пользоваться? Сначала делаем так. Привет!
What the
Давай
fuck?
познакомимся. Я Даша. Я прилетела с Марса. Мне 15 лет. Я корейка, и я люблю BTS.
I should feel offended. You even associate with me.
I genuinely don't understand who finds this funny, but
Bro, this is your average K-pop fan, bruh. This is what they look like. Are you gonna start dressing up like this, Warlord?
I can tell you that when these videos got into hands of people who knew Max and more importantly his brother, who was certified homophobe, things got even worse, as his bro basically threw him on the street and told everyone in the school what's happening. School became living hell for Max. He couldn't take it no more and just stopped showing up. Instead, he focused on his TikTok production and went full hardcore on it. I have to say that I don't really have anything against homo people until they make it their whole personality and just push it to my face. At this point of time, we're not talking about Max no more. Max died. We are talking about his alter ego that took completely over this ill kid who's trying to escape this abusive childhood by recording videos of him praising BTS and embarrassing himself in front of thousands of people. Meet Dasha Kareika. Dasha dyed her hair just like Billie Eilish and all her content is just hella cringe. Here we can even see her visiting her grandma.
Всем привет, я Даша, я корейка. Это моя подружка Маша, и мы любим...
Something about these people too is they like do all the hand motions, right? Like, you know, girls though, like every once in a while they'll push their hair back and then they'll talk with their hands. Oh, OMG. Maybe I should become one. No, I'm kidding. But they overdo it. Like they add that extra.
BTS! За BTS и двор стреляю в упор! Ясно? BTS! Всем привет! Я Даша, я корейка, и я люблю только BTS! Blackpink, фу!
Or they make words longer than they should be.
Oh my god!
Definitely. Exactly! It is annoying. How many of you ran into Warlord?
BTS! Подписка! Смотри на меня, старенький мужик, я уверена, что не работает твой вжик. Пацаны, на девятке вы не всегда...
What the hell is that?
Поворачиваюсь на ваше ауе. BTS!
However, this dude is another important role in his career. But before I get to that, it's important to mention that another traumatizing thing happened in this period of time. Dasha was actively swiping on some Russian Tinder and got matched with some dude who was 20 years old, skinny, emo, like...
Dude, okay, here we go. There's always the dating apps. This is where you catfish. This is where you catfish.
Anime, basically every Russian girl's dream. They chat for a few days and agree on a meetup. It's a 50-year-old man with a coat and no pants on. Dasha is scared and doesn't know what to do. He takes her to his place and I'll leave the rest to your imagination. This event traumatized her like a lot. After that, she gave up and started to dress like a girl completely. Skirts, stockings. Basically, she was dressing up like a typical Slovakian male citizen. Well, yeah, it gets worse though. His TikTok account reached over 10,000 followers and...
Yo, if you hit over 10,000 followers though, you get monetized. Not a lot of people know that. Bro, too many my school was overrun. What? You went to, aren't you in like, I think you're around Washington area? Don't leak your exact area, but that's, I guess nowadays isn't, if I'm wrong, but Washington's kind of going in that direction. So I could see that. Warlord, you probably got some stories, bro. Like, I'm not even gonna... you gotta tell me sometime.
Guy named Hilmi noticed him. If name Hilmi sounds familiar to you, then you might remember I talked about...
Yo, this chick right here, this girl is crazy.
Him briefly in this video. Yeah, it's the same dude that...
And the fact that people will buy these people's own too is just so out of this world.
On the floor in the clothing store, does public scenes, and it's just cringe to oblivion. But that's in the future. As for now, Hilmi's kinda normal. Well, depends if you wanna call someone who leeches to people, blackmails them, and then manipulates them to get exactly what he wants normal, then yeah, sure, he is normal, but more on that later. He reached out to Koreika when she was still traumatized after that dude from Tinder experience, so it was pretty easy to manipulate her. She told him about her parents, brothers, school, and Hilmi suggested that she should move in his apartment in Moscow and be super duper influencers together, as Moscow is the place where you make it big. So she moves to his apartment, and if you thought that Koreika's TikToks were cringe, then wait what happens when you double it, but you are that next person.
What am I watching? What am I watching? Yo, if my roommate... some lucky strikes. Yeah, some lucky strikes. I only got a one as well. Bro, what is this? What is this? If my roommate walks home, he's gonna come in here, Mike, and he's gonna be like, what the hell?
Я маленькая какашка, а я маленькая...
Alright, if you're still here, then congrats that you made it this far through this jungle full of cringe, but be aware that there is still enough cringe to go through. So here's a anti-cringe mask, put it on.
Okay, W. Alright, we're at a checkpoint right now. We get our COVID mask where we can... It's been cringe enough, but there's gonna be more.
On and good luck, soldier. At this moment, Hilmi definitely saved Korejka from some sort of big depression, as it looked like Korejka definitely enjoys Moscow life. Parties, clubs, shopping trips, and
yo, this
Korejka
kid
definitely enjoys Moscow life.
This kid, when he would like win in COD, he would do like a whole DJ party. I remember this kid.
Parties, clubs, shopping trips, and all that with her best friend Hilmi. A part of those cringe TikToks, they also did streams together where people were making fun of him, insulting them, etc. They just baited and kept on trolling everyone. Overall, they did a lot of content together. Apparently, they also recorded videos that could be posted to Orange Black website, if you know what I mean. But they only mentioned it on some stream. Is there a video? Or is there not a video? Nobody knows, and I think it's best to keep it that way. As time went by, Korejka grew a big audience as she was new, wild, and very cringe. A lot of Telegram and Russian Facebook groups noticed her and started...
Okay, so I gotta ask. You know, you're a streamer, you got all this attention. You have to have some way of making money off of it besides... Let's see it. Yeah, he wants to see it. After the video, I'll show you my Russian squat, bro. There has to be some funnel going on here to his OnlyFans, to what? If I had to guess, where would I guess that they're? Maybe it's just donations?
Her audience. So she experienced a huge wave of fame. However, who didn't receive any recognition was Hilmi. While Korejka was enjoying her hype, Hilmi was just sitting there in the darkest moments of his life. A person who you fly to your apartment, feed him, dress him, spend time with him, and spend a lot of money on him is now getting exactly what she always dreamed of. Yet you were the reason.
Your feet flat? If you can get them flat, that's ideal, right?
Okay.
And then you just go like this, right? And they do this position.
Let the Spetsnaz do this kind of stuff.
Spread your feet apart more, like this. See how mine's? Yeah. And if you could get your feet flat, that's the way to do it. I can't get it all the way flat.
It takes a lot of balance.
And then, yeah, what they do is, so they have their gun, they can pop up like that, real quick.
Yeah, that's a Spetsnaz thing.
Russian squad.
Yeah. Why that happened in the first place and what's gonna happen next. Maybe Korejka will just leave him and Hilmi would be used and thrown away. No, that ain't happening, thought Hilmi to himself, and decided to do something horrible. One evening he messages one of the biggest Telegram channels at the time and tells them that he has explicit pictures of his friend Korejka and he would like to embarrass her to oblivion. They laughed at him and just leaked this convo instead. This just shows how greedy this Hilmi truly is. Sure, you did indeed made her famous, as if you didn't help her in the needed moment, she would probably just be depressed.
Oh, you saw it good. W.
And yeah, you might feel used, but you could have just make yourself more entertaining or interesting, as you were literally on almost every single video with Korejka. So the reason why you are not famous is you and nobody else. How does Dasha respond? What does she do? How does she punish Hilmi for this scummy move? She doesn't.
Bruh.
She for like half a day and that's it. She just keeps on living with him. Nobody knows what happened behind the curtain, of course, but I definitely wouldn't live with a person if he would throw a leak card at me. That means either he blackmailed her or Korejka is just mentally not ready to make a move. Now let's break Dasha down a little bit. Is she really a freak? On this channel I covered a couple of them. They either do something disgusting like these individuals or they do something shocking like these two. Dasha isn't doing any of that. She just lacks attention, compensates it with posting cringy questionable stuff online where people comment and like her videos. She probably started this whole BTS girly gauge thing as a joke, but due to this being only hobby she had or only way how to express herself, escape the cruel reality, she became what she made fun of. And it's no longer a persona, it's actually her. However, can you build a whole career on these videos? No, as people will get bored. At this point, Dasha was about to leave the internet. Her views went down, she was depressed again because her only friend betrayed her. Well, but I'm glad she didn't, because otherwise we wouldn't get this. But more on that later. Dasha was super desperate for views and attention, yet she wasn't getting any. And then a spark of hope appeared on the horizon. People discovered this girl Оля Тыква.
Привет, я подсяду? Спасибо. Почему у меня радужный значок? Поддерживаю ли я ЛГБТ? Да.
Well, this video was supposed to be a bait reaction. It's basically just a LGBT feminist propaganda. People made fun of her, some people even hated her. Dasha quickly jumped on a train of hype and started to basically replicate this video for half a year. Imagine same video over and over and over, same format. I'll repeat myself, for half a year. Somehow it worked. I have no idea how, but somehow it did. Then Dasha and Hilmi even met Tykva in real life. I'm super glad she made it through this phase of no views, as now we get the golden era of her stream. This is the peak of her career. Get ready for this.
Okay, now we're into the good stuff. Now we're here. Ew, how do you do that with your fingers?
Минус суши. На меня ругаются соседи. Говорят, что я неадекватна. А я адекватна!
You're not normal.
Я адекватна!
No, you're not.
Yeah, you know how hard I suffered while I was researching this? Now you're gonna suffer with me.
It's like a little kid, bruh. Oh, man.
Будешь со мной дружить? Я буду сидеть с тобой.
I'm gonna be your Discord. You're not gonna be my Discord kitten.
В дискордике.
Ew.
Урчать тебе на ушко перед сном. Вот так.
Well, from that we could tell Dasha is super emotional. She purposely makes herself look stupid, waits for people to pick up on it, and then cries and just overreacts as hell. This is the exact same thing that Karina Streamersha used to do back in the days, but the difference is that Dasha cries and Karina just screams and rages. Damn, I wish I would be looking at Karina now instead of this demon.
Is that a dude? I mean, I would if it's a, hopefully it's not a dude.
She does this as she has few YouTube channels where she uploads her top moments. TikTok was a thing, Telegram channels loved her, but the thing is that people with higher IQ than average League of Legends enjoyer didn't really watch her. Her community mostly consisted of TikTok kids, and so the memes that this community created are a reflection of that. First they call her Amobus, which is just funnier, I guess, version of Among Us.
Dude, they're making an Among Us movie. I can't believe it.
This is like 2021, so Among Us was pretty popular. Then they consistently tell her to shave her butt as she's basically still a guy, and she reacts to this every single time.
Пожалуйста, почему VIP спамит? Без спама! Без спама! Ты, Абобус! Ты! Ты, Абобус! Меня уважают! Меня любят!
Dude, why is the eyes? What's going on?
Меня любят люди!
Очко брей, быстро брей, очко.
And that's basically all the content. I have no idea how could this thing be
Yeah, they're making an Among Us movie.
entertaining for a year. Funny thing is that our manipulator Hilmi was the genius behind the curtains, who lived rent-free as Koreka made a lot of money, so his initial investment paid off. Kinda sad how in real life bad characters aren't punished, but instead soft boys like Koreka are exploited for money and fame. But I hope that changes with time and Hilmi gets what he deserves. Dasha Koreka was making a lot of money, and despite her childhood was very sad and she couldn't find much support nor attention from her parents, she decided to visit her hometown and surprise her mom with a brand new car she bought to her. I just want to point out how sweet that is, as a lot of people would never talk to her parents again after what they did to her. She then records a couple of videos with her family and it looks like everything is great. Dasha is now famous, her parents are giving her attention, she has friends, but what looked like a dream would soon be crushed. And Dasha would experience the great fall from which she will never recover. These videos were recorded while Dasha's father was not in town, but when he came back after a few days and he saw his son, he was speechless and devastated. A heated argument started in which father almost got violent, but at the end of the day he only broke Dasha's Among Us nail.
У нас, как обычно, начался скандал.
Only the nail.
Он сломал мне один ноготь. Они с Among Us.
After this incident, father leaves the family as a whole and marries another woman. And that would just be beginning of Dasha's nightmare. Because when she gets back to Moscow, she meets allegations of messaging and sending NSF.
Chat, I wonder what my neighbors think of me.
W pictures to underage kids. She says it's not true, people say it is, but there was no actual.
Okay, and this is gross too. I cannot stand this. Warlord, tell me, you gotta let me in, because I know you, you've been in this relationship for a while, but I think those nails that are like this long. Hey bro, he did right, new fam. The nails that are like this long, bro, that is the most unattractive thing ever. Where they why? They can't even type on their phone properly. They can't do it. It's just it's gross. What's the point? It's like when dudes grow out their nails super long. What are you doing, bruh? You trying to cut me with dash me with your nails? There we go.
Flipped in Dasha's brain and she decided to ruin her career completely. Like a week after these allegations, she turns on the stream and just cries. People ask her what happened and she answers that her parents got into car crash. She shows audience these photos and makes like 5k bucks from the stream, which is actually insane amount of
5k? Yo, chat. My parents just got in a car accident. I'm gonna the GoFundMe, it's open, you know, in the description. 5k. We need 5k.
of money for Dasha. But soon
I'm kidding.
Find out that
he's gotta refill his cup.
These same pictures she showed were photos of completely different car crash that happened like 2 weeks ago. Dasha sure gets heat, but not enough heat as couple of days after she says she was drafted to army. Well, nobody believed her this time, and it was soon confirmed that it's really a fake, as Dasha has 2 fingers on her leg that grew together, and due to that her drafting wouldn't be possible. We don't hear from Dasha for some time, as her manager probably realized she's kinda insane. She doesn't stream for a while, but she went to an interview with Hilmi, and when you watch it, you can see that when Dasha is asked anything, Hilmi just interrupts and answers instead of her. Dasha is just sitting there and is very uncomfy and shy. Hilmi was probably so scared that Dasha would say something that would have shown Hilmi in a bad light that he didn't let her finish a single sentence. She also appears on Melstory streams a couple of times.
Dude, we remember this guy. We remember this guy right here. This dude is like, he got Mr. Beast to shout him out. Not him, but the guy far over there. He got Mr. Beast to shout him out, and he's like one of the biggest Russian influencers. It's crazy. He's like on the run too. He's on the run. That's his backstory. Yeah, we could try and hop on tomorrow, little hole.
Короче, на 35 тысяч онлайна я реально жопу корейку.
What?
Same.
Я реально жопу корейку.
Same thing, she's awkward, like she's chained or something. Well, you might say she's scared, new people, yada yada. Okay, but then what is this?
Привет, я армия, я люблю BTS, вот я корейка.
This is a little interview from a few years ago, and we can see that Dash is full of life and she enjoys the publicity. So we can clearly see that Hilmi has a huge influence at all this, and Koreika is just too scared to do whatever. It's funny to see how different people are on the—
This is that trans?
internet and
I'll shoot
real
you an
life.
ad.
Well, and at some point, Koreika seemed to just have enough of all this, and she said she wants to become a girl. Like, change teams, cut the willy. You know what I mean. She says therapists approved it, and now she can undergo a surgery. She got a lot of implants, her whole face structure changed, yada yada, and all that was streamed by Hilmi. Well, surprise, surprise. This guy just milks whatever he can. After a couple of surgeries, Koreika is just new person.
Yo, why is he kind of bad? I'm kidding. I'm Chat. It's a dude. Put your hands on the table. It's a dude. Put your hands on the table.
It's almost like she was never a dude. It's insane what doctors can do nowadays. And you don't even need to fly to Turkey. Koreika does a couple of streams, does some content online.
У меня теперь есть даже грудь. Настоящая. Ты такая страшная. Спасибо.
I'm clearly a victim of society.
But people are just
My hands are on the table, chat. My hands are on the table.
too fed up with her. After all these lies and all baiting for donations, cringe videos, people just moved on. And to be honest, I think that's for the best. If people are not interested in Koreika, then Hilmi maybe will just flip off and find another milking cow. As Koreika seems to not be strong enough to just say no to Hilmi. So Koreika finds a new boyfriend, gets exploited for money and gets nothing in return. This goes on for a year. It looks like even if you change teams, people will still take advantage of you because you're just desperate for attention. Which we can easily see because the amount of guys she hangs out with recently is bigger than Logan's Paul.
Chat, you think they all fell for it? Did they all?
Paul's girlfriend body count.
Get out of my head. Get out of my head. Get out of my head. Get out of my head!
Wake up. Wake up. Wake up.
Recently, I haven't heard of Koreika that much apart of her twerking on camera and that she has
Now she went to OF.
OnlyFans. Not that I was looking for it for like 2 weeks, but I didn't find it. But that just indicates that she's lost and she has nothing else to do. Therefore, she has plenty time for a potential date. So I hit her up on Instagram and let's hope I will get some action tonight.
Yeah, I saw your username, Hulk. I got you.
As for Hilmi, this dude is just a human leech. He finds his prey, manipulates it, tries to milk it as much as possible, and he was put to prison recently for his freaky content. Sounds like happy.
He was put good. Woo! I'm gonna shoot you an ad, bro.
Ending to me. And that's the end of the story. Discord and Patreon down below. Bye-bye.
I'm okay though. I'm in the trap with a bad bitch, and a bad bitch might put me on foot off. Yeah, not a bad hoe, not